What's happening, peeps and peepettes? Hope you guys are having an awesome day. In this video, we are going to take a better, closer look at the Tholian Carrier Tier 6. Now, they just released this thing. Cryptic did release a couple of statistics about this on their main page and stuff like that. But who actually reads these days, right? You guys want to watch videos. And I'm happy to provide you guys with a video about this thing. This thing is called the, I hope I'm pronouncing it this Tholian character. I'm pronouncing it the right way. Jorogumo. I have no idea, but that's, you know, the way I'm going to pronounce it, Jorogumo. So if you go to more details right here, we can actually read a little bit about the history and how this thing has come to be and what it is all about. Now, obviously, this ship is currently packed and cannot be traded in this state. Once unpacked, it will be bound to the character that opens it and can no longer be traded. You must have an empty slot, ship slot, available to unpack your ship. Recent conflicts with the Tholian assembly have resulted in a handful of captured Tholian vessels. What recent conflict? The Tholians were like 3 years ago or something like that? What is this copy-paste stuff, man? What is this? Tholian technology is very different from the other Alpha Quadrant powers, and these vessels are prized as opportunities for study as well as new combat vessels. The Tholians' natural environment is hostile to most humanoids, and their ship interiors were designed to support that environment. Much effort has gone into simply modifying the interiors to let personnel board these vessels without environmental suits. Now, as I just read this thing, don't let this text that you just heard me read fool you guys. I don't think there is going to be an interior of this ship. This is just going to be the normal standard Tholian ship design that we normally have. There is, I believe, I have not seen it yet because it's like unpacked. This ship I have not unpacked it yet, so I don't know. But I'm guessing, you know, the way Cryptic is pushing these ships out, they're not spending a lot of time like refitting the whole interior, stuff like that. They're just pushing out these ships like every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We're gonna get, you know, a new ship and new ship and new ship. Me personally, I'm a little bit tired of like, you know, getting new ship every 2-3 weeks. But that's just me. I mean, yeah. Okay. So continuing back to why you guys are seeing this ship, this video about this ship. So this starship features a Commander Universal / Miracle Worker Station. Wow, a Commander Universal Miracle. Wow, that's huge. I like that. The Miracle Worker vessels have access to the innovative mechanics which reflect the ingenious solution you and your crew can pull out of thin air to aid in difficult situations. While combat utilizing the correct combination of engineering, science, and or tactical bridge officer abilities, and as indicated by a specialized UI readout, will cause one of the following effects to be triggered. Now, I do love these new abilities, or at least not new abilities. It's been like, you know, out for ages, and I currently use them in my Zenkethi Carrier, basically as the same deal. And it's really good in combat. The only down part is that all of these effects are basically randomized. So you cannot select whatever effect is going to be next. I wish they, basically gave us a choice, like which effect do you want to have next, and then, you know, just limit your, limit the choices that you make. But it's basically randomized. So we have instinctive rerouting, bonus to all subsystem powers. Containment layering, temporary hull based on the maximum hull. Heisenberg decoupler, secondary shielding around your ship. Very nice, very useful in combat based on the maximum shield hit points that you have. Plasma purge, self-targeting area of effect. Plasma damage over time is not that much. Ingenious solution, bonus to recharge speeds of your bridge officer and captain abilities. The Barclay maneuver, photonic copy of your starship will use a ramming speed to a nearby foe. Now, I've done this thing a couple of times in videos where I basically have control over my ship. Like, you know, you basically are flying whenever you want to fly, and then you basically see your ship changing course and then, like, you know, setting course to do like ramming speed on the on like an enemy. And it's kind of weird. So he's like, "Hey, what's going on over there?" And like, it's kind of fun to see. But then you remember, like, oh, it's one of those skill and abilities that I have. It's very fun to see. But anyway, continuing, which abilities must be activated and which innovating effect are triggered are both randomized each time the mechanic refreshes. It will refresh after a brief lockout period, which allows each triggered effect. Okay, I just already emphasized that, what we just read. Miracle vessels are outfitted with a special console slot which can fit any console that would normally require engineering, science, or tactical slot. This universal console slot is in addition to the standard number of slots available to ship of the same tier. Now, basically, the same deal with the Zenkethi ship. There is like a 12th console. So basically, right here, 3 tactical, 4 engineering makes 7, 4 science makes 11, and the universal, that's the +1. So basically, you have 12 console slots on this ship. The Tholian Jorogumo Carrier comes standard with 2 hangar bays of Tholian mesh weavers, are powerful frigates that use Thermionic Torpedoes and Tetrion-based weapons. Enhanced by attack pattern, beta, and beam fire at will, debuff and destroy nearby enemies. Additionally, Tholian mesh weavers work with the Tetrion grid ability, which comes standard on the Tholian Jorogumo. Jorogumo? I don't know. The Tholian comes equipped with the universal enhanced Tetrion grid. Creates a grid of Tetrion-based energy that pulls all that buffs allied damage, energy damage, and will cause your Tholian Widow Fighter and Tholian Mesh Weaver to reflect 2 Tetrion beams attacks at nearby enemy targets. This console additionally provides a passive bonus to auxiliary power and structural integrity. This console may be equipped with any Tholian Carrier or the Tholian Dreadnought in any console slot. This carrier comes equipped with Thermionic Torpedo Launcher. Thermionic torpedoes are capable of draining the target's weapon and engine subsystem with each hit, reducing the damage output and speed temporarily. After achieving level 5 in your Tholian Jorogumo, the carrier, you will unlock the Precision Multi-Target Starship trait. While this trait is slotted, activating any subsystem targeting ability will additionally grant you Fire at Will 1, as well as give you a massive accuracy rating buff. I thought it was critical. Massive accuracy rating buff. No thanks. No need for that. With a whole modifier of whole strength at 1.45, that will also scale with your level. Now, they also introduced a couple of months ago, like 4, 5, 6 months ago, something like that, these ships that are available for you to utilize when you are leveling your captain up or your character up. So you can basically use one ship to level your character all the way from 11 at the Federation side all the way to 65. So this is something cool, but if you're making a new character, you could definitely use one ship to do all of the missions like it is intended in Star Trek, not just jump over different ships every 5 or 6 levels, it's like crazy. But anyway, going back to the video, sorry about my rant right here. Also a shield modifier of 1.375, that's definitely high. Shield modifier and also the hull modifier, those are really high, really cool. So this is definitely a hull tank and also a shield tank that has 3 weapons on the front and 3 weapons on the aft. Bridge officer station. I'm going to showcase this in space because it's basically better to show than to read about that. Also room for 4 devices right here with console modification. 3 tactical. So not so much on the tactical. 4 engineering, definitely a tank. 4 science, definitely, science maybe dealing, DPS. Like, like all kind of like science abilities that nothing has come to mind right now, but you can definitely use. And one universal, so you can basically either go, you know, to utilize this ship in its full potential, go 5 console slots, so you can have like all of the engineering plus one, you know, some kind of engineering console, or, you know, go full science, have like 4 of these science enhancing abilities consoles, and then put also a 5th one in the universal slot, so you can definitely utilize that to its full potential. You also could use the extra universal slot for a tactical, but I don't think that might work, because, you know, that's going to be 4 tactical, 4 engineering, and 4 science. It's going to be a rounded out vessel. Not saying it's not, you know, it's not working like that, but it could work. A base turn rate of 5 degrees per second. Now 5 degrees, definitely a carrier. These things will not turn. But these things will not turn at 5 degrees per second with an impulse modifier of 0.18. What else? What else? Plus 5 weapon power, plus 5 shield, plus 10 engine, and plus 10 the auxiliary power. Subsystem targeting, so you can basically target your enemy's shield, weapons, auxiliary power, and also your weapon power. So they're going to be a weapon. They're not going to be able to fire back at you. Console universal, the enhanced Tholian Tetran grid, the Thermionic Torpedo launcher, innovative ship mechanics, 2 hangar bays that are loaded with the Tholian Mesh Weaver hangar pets, and also the carrier package as a starship ability. So quick deployment, armored hull, reactive shielding technology, advanced shield system, and the unlockable starship trait, the precision multi-targeting, that is going to give you, what was it, level 1 in beam fire at will, and a massive accuracy rating buff that I said no thank you to a long time ago. Only if you are fighting with like really small, like Herc, like tiny ships, then you're going to need accuracy as a high number in Star Trek Online. If you're going against carriers or like massive ships, you're definitely going to land your hits, so you don't need a accuracy rating buff to enhance that. But anyway, what else are you guys going to see? I'm going to unpack this thing and go to the customization and see what kind of customization we are going to be able to do with this ship. After that, we are going to go into space, compare it against another ship. Definitely going to try if there is going to be a new interior. I highly doubt that, but we are definitely going to take a closer look in the bridge and like maybe the corridors and stuff like that. And then we're going to take this thing into combat, maybe a patrol mission or something like that, to show it off how it is going to perform right like out of the box. As you guys know, I definitely love flying my ships with no power selected, and that's just the way I like it. But anyway, I'll be right back with the customization part of this video. So this is going to be the customization of this ship. Now, as it turns out to be, there is some kind of like key thingy right here on the like the inside that you need to turn on, and then your ship is going to start. No, I'm just joking around. It's kind of like, I don't know what it is. It has like a round thingy right there. That is just something weird in my book. I do love the Tholian grid right here that are locking off the pointy thing on the ship. I do like the design, but I mean, if you look at the other templates, I mean, do you guys see any big changes between these two? I really don't see any really big changes between them. I mean, it's just an updated version, you know, some new patterns or some new, you know, like these Tholian grids. That's really cool. But do you guys see any really good differences? I mean, this part is like opened up, like it's more scary or something like that. But it's basically has the same dimensions. Look, it's basically a tier 5 updated material skin, and they just put tier 6 on this thing. I'm a little bit skeptical. Even though this ship right now is not costing me anything because I'm on a triple testing server, but it's like still, right? Still. Nah, as I already thought, no unique interior, just the normal standard one. Not even different window types, as you guys can see. There's nothing up here to choose from. And I do have the Tholian, the tier 5 recluse. That's like the tier 5 of these Tholian ships. I mean, it definitely is really cool in its design. Don't get me wrong. It's like really nice. I do love the reflective panels. But they definitely should use some kind of different shape or something like that. It's like, it's almost like, you know, the ship designers are like, maybe I'm saying something really, really weird right now, and I do apologize if I offend anybody, but you guys need some more inspiration, man. It's like, what's the deal with these things? All right, so here we go. Material types. We got material type number 1. Alrighty, that's material type number 1. And number 2 is the way it came out of the box. And here you guys see the differences between these two. And the upgraded, the upgraded, the upgraded, I definitely love this thing. The different material types that they're using, oh yeah. The upgraded is definitely one of my favorites. All right, now, I don't know if they can mismatch components. No, just pattern overlays. Okay, pattern overlays, you can basically change the colors and stuff like that. I'm going to butcher this ship the way it looks. Kind of looks good right now. Kind of has a little bit of the Flash theme. That's so cool. Green. Yeah, I am definitely butchering this ship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel all of the changes, load up another character of mine, and see how this ship is going to be in comparison with the Lucari scout ship. So here we are in space, people. This is the way this ship looks like in space compared to the Lucari scout ship, the triangle right here. To your left, you guys see the Dorito-based ship. And the way it looks compared to this ship kind of looks much bigger. I don't know, 3 times, 4 times bigger. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just, not overly excited about the way this ship looks. It's a tier 6, so it's like, the end game when it comes to starships. But it's not, I'm not fond, not really fond of the shape. The shape has not changed at all. And there are a couple of other things that have not changed as well. I mean, here I have the Elite Tholian Mesh Weavers. Now, these are the ones that you can obtain from the fleet store. Now, the ones that are come standard with this ship as equipped, these are just, the normal one, the ones that you can buy off with EC. Now, there are other ones as well that you can buy that are a little bit better than these from the Dilithium store. But if you are really a carrier fanatic, just like I am, I would definitely recommend grabbing the elite versions. So if I go over to these things and, move about to them, they're basically, nothing has changed. Just the upgraded, the beam fire at will 3 and the attack pattern beta 3, but that has to do with the Tholian mesh weavers, the one that we are the one that we are buying from the fleet store, right? So it's definitely a better version of this, but this the carrier pet has not changed at all. Basically the same tier 5 carrier pet that we have are still going to be the new pets that this thing is going to use and going to utilize. So I feel a little bit like, why should I, put our resources into the game if they're just going to update these things? But that's just, my train of thought. I really, do want to emphasize that this thing is definitely a cool looking ship. You guys that are fanatic about the Tholians, because I know there are a couple of you guys that are really crazy about them and the way they, they do stuff in STO or in the Star Trek universe. They are definitely, cool to have as an enemy. And you can basically fly one of their ships as well. If you don't have the Tholian tier 5 carrier, you can definitely use these tier 6 ones. But anyway, this thing comes equipped with the Tholian Thermionic Torpedo. This is basically the same Thermionic Torpedo as we have from the, I believe is the tier 5 Tholian carrier. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. The comment section is all yours. So 3 weapons on the front, 3 on the aft, just the normal layout. So deflector, universe, impulse, warp core, shield, and then we have room for 3 devices. We have that extra universal console slot, 4 engineering, 4 science, and 3 tactical, and then room for 2 of these Tholian mesh weavers that we can launch. Right there. Basically the same deal. So I'm definitely going to cover the Starship Mastery as well. So level 1 quick deployment, 41.3% research time reduction to launching carrier pets, and also 50% rank up XP for all hangar pets. So you can basically launch them faster and they will gain more of these stars, so they're going to be more effective in their combat. Level 2 armored hull plus 10% in maximum hull hit points, so more beefier on the hull tanking abilities. Level 3 shield regeneration every 6 seconds, and also plus 5% in shield resistance. Very nice. Level 4 is 10% in shield hit points, so definitely more shield tank than normal. And that unlockable starship trait that is going to give you precision multi-targeting. Target subsystems enable beam fire at will. When activating any target subsystem ability, applies fire at will 1 to self, and also plus 100 accuracy rating for 10 seconds. Now, obviously, you guys are not going to be able to, or well, you are able, but you shouldn't be using cannons on this thing, and stuff like that. That's why this trait is here, and it basically already gives you a tip like, don't use cannons on something that will not turn. But this thing is going to enable fire at will, and fire at will is good as a skill to have, to unlock, basically used to with other ships, but the accuracy rating for 10 seconds everybody can do without that. But if it actually gave us something useful like chance to land critical, or just an increasement in critical severity, or just damage overall, definitely useful. But yeah, they gave us beam fire at will. Okay, that could be useful, I guess. To self. So this universal console right here, let me just go to more details. The enhanced Tholian Tetryon grid. Now we do have the normal Tetryon grid. This is going to be the enhanced version. Creates a grid of Tholian energy that buffs ally energy damage and causes Tholian Widow Fighters and Tholian Mesh Weavers to reflect 2 Tetryon beam attacks at nearby enemy targets. This console additionally provides a passive boost to auxiliary power and structural integrity, may be equipped with any carrier dreadnought in any console slots. So we got 3.8 in auxiliary power settings, 21.4 in Starship hull capacity. Wow, it actually increases the capacity of your ship as well in hull. Very nice. Create a Tetryon grid between you and your pets. Can be extended to any nearby ally affected. All affected ally targets will have their weapon damage increased when a Tholian Widow Fighter or a Tholian Mesh is affected by the grid. It will automatically reflect a Tetryon beam attack up to 2 nearby targets. The Tholian grid is very effective when used in conjunction with launched Tholian Widow Fighters or Tholian Mesh Weavers that are surrounding an enemy target. 6 kilometer sphere, 0.5 seconds to activate, 2-minute cooldown, to 4 of your nearby Tholian hangar pets, 33% bonus energy damage for 15 seconds. Ooh, that's a lot. Then apply Tholian Tetryon grid up to 4 allies within 6 kilometers, 33% bonus energy damage for the next 15 seconds. That's a lot as well. Too bad you need to be really close. All affected Tholian hangar pets damage up to 2 nearby foes, dealing X amount of Tholian damage to them, and also reducing all shields to your enemy. Very nice. This is also part of a 3-piece set. If you have 2 pieces, you're going to get exotic damage increasement by 10% and also plus 12% in flight turn rate. So this thing is going to be able to turn faster, be more maneuverable. Very, very cool. And if you have all 3 of these universal Tholian Tetryon grid, web generator, and web cannon. Is it the web cannon that we have? No, we have the enhanced Tholian. What is the web cannon? I know what the web generator is, but I don't know where the web cannon is. That might be the low-buy version of this thing that has the web cannon. Anyway, so if you have all 3 pieces, the Tholian radiation field, the 3 kilometer sphere, 0.5 seconds to activate, 2-minute cooldown. Foes are going to get 630.1 damage to enemy shields every 1 second, and also minus 25 energy damage resistance rating for 1 second to the enemy within the radius. Drain expertise to enhance the Tholian radiation field. Ooh, nice. Kind of like it. Alright, so we covered the Starship Mastery Universal Console, the hangar pets. Nothing more to be said unless we are going to go over to the Starship stations that we're going to select. We have the Commander Universal, that was a really interesting Miracle Worker station. We have an Enso Universal station. We have a Lieutenant Commander Engineering station for survivability. We have a Lieutenant Tactical station, and obviously some science as a Lieutenant Commander Science station. But this is really interesting. So you can basically utilize a Miracle Worker abilities or anything else that is just a normal tactical science or engineering on this thing. Very nice. Disabling warp core is very cool to use. What do I got more? Overwhelming power regulators, deploy gravitic induction platform, exceed rated limits. That could work. I just need to remove a couple of these. Let's do that one. Engineering team. I definitely need survivability on this thing. And emergency power to weapons. Then we're just shields. Not 2 of these reflecting. Let's do a gravity well. Yeah, more survivability right here. DPS, little bit DPS right there. Survivability enhancing. Yeah, that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bridge tour for you guys. I know some of you are really interested in this, so I'm going to do that right now. So here it is, the bridge. Something that's really interesting about these bridges, and you guys can actually see the entire map. There is nothing besides this empty room that is kind of looking empty, but it's not. If you look closely, there are big mirrors right there, and if you look closely right at that monitor, if I step in that circle, there's going to be, you know, different lights. Or no, wait, I need to activate a console somewhere. No, that's library files. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. Even I don't actually remember what's happening. Account. Duty officers. Did I? Oh, here we go. Raise consoles. Ta-da! And like I said, there are two mirrors right here and right here. And this is basically the viewing screen. Isn't that like interesting? If I lower the console, everything turns dark. This is really cool, right? A really cool animation right there. Very cool to see that, right? Now, unfortunately, all of these doors, there are a couple of missions where these doors actually open up. But in the bridge interiors, there is no way for you to go anywhere else than the designated areas. And they have designated this bridge to be everything that you can go through. But that thing right there, it kind of looks very interesting. Also, the hologram is very interesting, even though it's old. And by old, I mean like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago that we did. No, I think 4 or 5 years ago that they actually introduced Tholians as a really good enemy. But now they're like, meh. Who has a really hard time, you know, defeating Tholians these days? Maybe Archer did. But all right, so lower the console, that thing goes dark, and the entire room goes actually dark as well. And I wish they actually did a little bit more on these kind of stuff throughout the game. We can actually open and close stuff like that. That was going to be very interesting. Anyway, next segment of this video is going to be me getting my ass whooped in some kind of combat patrol mission that I'm going to show off all of my bridge officer abilities and all of that. Universal console that we got, that was very interesting to actually see this thing in action, and the Tholian, the Tetryon grid. That might be very nice to witness. All right, so I'll be right back with you guys. So for this part, I chose the Argala Patrol mission. Why not? I did get a the other universal enhance the Tetryon, the Tholian Tetryon grid, so you guys can actually see the differences between them. And I mean, look at the differences between them. Is there any difference? The enhanced one, you know, enhances the auxiliary power setting. That's going to be a benefit for you, and hull capacity. Very good. But is that going to be worth putting so many resources in having the same console as the tier 5 Tholian carrier has? Look at them. Tholian detection, the Tholian Tetryon grid is basically a just copy paste of whatever is written down there, down to the, you know, to the last decimal of like numbers and stuff like that. You know, look at them. 33% bonus, 15, Tetryon Tholian grid, up to 4 allies, 6 kilometers, 33%. It's basically the same deal. I just think this is just hilarious that they're actually putting this in the game, and I have not done so, you know, a really good job with with the option that they actually had to put up in. The flickering of the numbers or the text right here from the Bentham Guard cruisers you guys see, that probably has to do with, you know, this being triple testing server that's not running really smoothly. So that has to do with that. So these are, ooh, these are definitely hitting hard. Oh yeah, I don't even have to do anything. Just stay here and be pretty, I guess. I did get some points for that. Yes, I did. Alright, so incoming hail. Deputize, continue, new enemies, and then here we go. Let's do a little bit of damage to these guys. My shields are gone, obviously. I'm not doing a good job with that, but that's okay. Can actually push them back a little bit. As you guys know, I don't have really good powers. So I'm basically using whatever the ship comes with, you know, at default level. The level-less items that are. And, well, I mean, this thing comes out of the Infinity Lockbox. So, I don't know. You guys tell me if this is worth it or not. Let me know in the comment section. For me personally, that's going to be my personal choice. Come on, fire that. Why is my weapons gone? Give me some weapon power. Oh, this thing is on. Here, let's give you some radiation and stay there. Where's my evasive maneuvers? Evasive maneuvers. Oh man, that's going to kill me. I'm too close. Oh, continuity just kicked in. Now these pets definitely help out with DPS and stuff like that, because that is definitely something that you're going to be lacking in if you are going to fight off these guys. Stop draining my weapons, man. Come on, come on. Where is he? There we go. Oh, he's dead. Oh, that's going to that's going to kill me. I knew it. Ooh, 64,000 with a warp core breach. Yeah. How much hit points do I have? 79. Okay. I could have survived that, actually. All right. Let's go to this guy, and I'm actually wanting to launch my hangar pets because I want to show off this universal console special abilities, the Tholian Tetryon grid, but we need to be around this guy to actually utilize this thing to its full potential. Now my gravity well is up, so that's good. And then we can actually fire off all of the Tholian pets. Use the gravity well to hold them there. I said be there. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, he's dead. We need another enemy. Oh, is that gonna kill me again? Ooh, close, but not there yet. All right. Heal, heal, heal. I really don't want to use it on these guys. I want to use it on the Hunter Escort, on this one. But there is no... Ah, you stupid pets, come with me. Attack this guy. All of you attack this guy so we can... Here we go. In 3... No, it's behind me. Alright, this is it. This guy. Yay, we reached level 1 mastery. Now this is something that you need to plan out your engagement. Look at how small this thing is turning right now. It's like crazy. I really need evasive maneuvers. Where is it? Evasive maneuvers. There we go. Go. Alright. Right now we are going to activate it when my pets are going to be in the vicinity of this thing. They should be starting to fire. Go, go, go. Kill him. How many are there? Just 1, 2, 3. Okay, I need to be close by, but not too close. Come on. Move. Alright, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Activating. There we go. We got lines going all over the place. That's basically all of this. Special ability, what it does, gives that bonus energy damage, and basically, you know, all of your hanger pets are going to do more damage. Very nice, but not really worth the, in my book, worth all of the resources to put on in here to obtaining this ship, because it is, I mean, it's just statistically wise, it's definitely a better version of the Tholian tier 5, and you can have the tier 5U as well. Is it worth, you know, tier 5U and tier 6, is it worth all of the resources? In, you know, if you ask me, no. There is no enhancement of these grids at all. The universal consoles, I mean, it's basically the same deal. Tier 5U or tier 6. I don't see any big major changes that is going to make me want this ship, you know, to have this ship for my personal usage. I'm definitely going to stand with the with this Tholian Carrier, and this is something that I probably going to sell on the exchange. Hopefully people are going to buy it, because I really don't need this. But the other one from the low buy store might be interesting. This thing, to be honest, Infinity Lockbox I can do without, and that's just, you know, me and, you know, my personal opinion. Obviously not, you know, something that I recommend you guys do. If you guys really enjoy it and like this ship and the theme that it's going around it, the Tholians and stuff like that, definitely go for it. But I am definitely not going to go for this thing, because I need to be out of combat. Because I just think it's too many resources that this thing is requiring for me to use, and I'm not going to get it. That's just, you know, that's just me, personal opinion, obviously. But anyway, I don't want to bore you guys too much, even though I did a little bit. This is going to be like one of those videos that I'm ranting on and on about. But, you know, it is what it is. We are almost getting like so many ships, you know, once a month we're definitely going to get new ships. And who has time to fly all of these new ships? Me personally, I'm going to pass on this one. Hope you guys had a little bit of fun and entertainment coming out of my channel. Love to see you guys on the next video. For now, take care and later.